Hello and welcome back to some more Magic the Gathering, playing part 3 of our Dimir Curve list. Maybe we can go 3-0 with it, who knows, but doing part 3 and see if we can't get this this game a rolling here. Yeah. We have a lot of removal. We have scheming to set up our turns. So yeah, this looks like a keep to me. They're gonna play a Swampy Boy into a Divest. Well, not gonna hit anything with us. You gonna hit us with the Duress next turn? I'm just gonna play this Swamp and pass. We can cycle the Ash Barrens for something. Ooh, Ransack the Lab was nice. Probably cycle this Ash Barrens for another island, even though we have a lot of black. If we get a couple terrors, then we can double terror, which feels good. And then now they duress us. Sure. Probably gonna take Snuff Out. Ransack. Nope, they jacked the Ransack instead. Are they privy to what we're doing? As they Bajuka Ball us? The jig is up. They know. Cycle you. Let's just go ahead and get another island. Another scheming. Let's scheme here. Okay, put any number of these into the graveyard. And back on the deck. We can let's get rid of you. And then keep the rest of you. And then we'll go curve, planning, pass down, swamp. That way we'll have our fourth land. We'll have two black sources, two blue sources. They're being really annoying. But Curve doesn't care about this. So there's that. Curve does not care at all about them being exiled. Unfortunately, the Terror sure does. Chittering Rats is annoying. But I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of that. We'll put Scheming back on top. So we got what? Cast Down coming. Planning and then Curve. I'm fine with just passing here, I think. Unfortunately, I guess Snuff Out is not going to be that good, right? Because it's target non-black creature, ain't it? Boop. Again, maybe if I read most of what the cards would say, I would be a little better off. That's annoying. They're going to get the Monarchy for a while, too. I think we do this plan instead. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. Put any number of these in the graveyard. Get rid of Ash Barrens. Keep everything else. We're going to go... Essence Harvest. Curve, Delver, Terror, and pass. Don't chittering rats me, please. Okay, that's all right. One, two, three, four. You cost 3. If they want to remove Terror, they have to pretty much eat a whole turn unless they Snuff Out, but goodbye strategic planning. Sure. I'm hoping that our play this way is they will eat up a lot of removal. Is what I'm hoping for. Is they'll chew up a lot of removal. Chittering rats would be pretty terrible for us. Of course. Hoping to get that out of our hand. We're in trouble here. That's for sure. The Snuff Out's kind of been a detriment to us. If we get Chittering Rat walked again here, we're going to be in big trouble. And then they're just sitting behind the Monarchy, which is also rough. So even if we draw this, they don't Chittering Rats us again here. Even if we draw this Serpentine Curve, I'm sure they have removals for it. Well, obviously we're going to fire off this curve. There's no way they don't have removal for this. Yeah, alright, I'm just going to scoop. We got controlled there massively. Snuff Outs are gone. Arms of Hadar are in. Potentially Spell Pierce. Although I don't know if I'm as in love with Spell Pierce. I like pretty much everything else we have. We could bring in 1 though, right? Let's do that. Unfortunately, we're pretty weak to what they're doing. Because they have just a million removal cards and we have very limited amount of creatures. So this is probably got to be up there as one of the worst matchups we can come across, it feels like, because like I said, we are basically just a 12 creature deck that is very susceptible to all of their removal. Curve and Delver dies to everything in their deck. Terror takes a little bit more, but they could just have Chainer's Edict. And then that's bad. So I would like to go first. This hand. Going to keep because we have Halimar here. We'll lead on Halimar. Maybe we can draw some extra lands. They keep mulliganing, so like that's good. Arms of Hadar. That's not the right card. Cast down, scheming. I'm going to do that because I would like to contingency plan next turn if I can. We'll draw that cast down and then hopefully dig for some land. Duress is us. What are they going to take from us? Arms of Hadar is probably our best card. They don't like the planing Ransack cards, do they? So we have two options here. We have scheming coming up. So we can either contingency plan to try to find our third land drop, or we can duress them. Kind of like planing here. Oh yeah, I really like planing here. Dump you. Dump you. I want that third land drop. Honestly, too, we might ransack this turn. I wish this was a swamp, though. We know it's Diabolic Edict. Let's lead on Duress. Let's see what they got. Let's take their Defile. Might as well take away some of their removal. Barrymore? Yeah, Barrymore's in the swamp, right? Of course, they get Chittering Rats. That was a great draw for them. Super annoying for us, though. They're probably just going to swamp and Phyrexian Rager here. They're going to cycle the Barrymore? I mean, I guess they have a swamp they can still play, and then Phyrexian Rager. Yep. Okay, so we don't know anything that's in their hand. Quit getting Chittering Rat walked here. See, it always feels like every time I play against this deck, they get the Chittering Rats going a hell of a lot better than I ever have. Gurdaddy? Rutro. Whoop. Alright. We're gonna get blasted with this Gurmag. Oh, and they had the Chittering Rats? Okay. I was like, seriously? They had the Chittering Rats to back it up. Ransack here. It's pretty much our only play we have here. I can guarantee they have removal for it. Pretty good. We have to draw a land this turn or we lose. Pretty much. And then them not having removal, which seems impossible. This has not felt like a good matchup. This deck has felt good in so many matchups. Did not feel good there one bit. That was a rough go at it. Yeah, well, to be fair to our deck, they're doing... Everything they're doing is kind of designed to fight us. So, you know what I mean? Maybe you could have held on that Diabolic Edict a little bit. Who knows? Maybe you could have brought in some Spell Pierces, but they don't seem that great either. Yeah, so the Mono Black Control or Mono Black Devotion, whatever you want to call that shell, feels rough. Snuff Out was dead game 1. Getting Chittering Rats into Snuff Out was pretty rough. And then our creatures are not well designed to deal with a heavy removal deck. Serpentine Curve and Terror both blank a lot of removal in this format, which is like, you know, the like burn spell removal packages that a lot of decks run. Does not do very well against targeted removal, which that deck is a plenty of. Defiles, Cast Downs, Edicts. There's a ton of removal in those decks, and yeah, not not our deck is not well designed to go against that. And you know, when you look at that mono black devotion deck, something like this is what you want to come across. Either that or a super creature heavy deck is what you want to play against. You don't want to really, that version deck, you don't really want to play against like burn or, you know, a combo-y deck. You want to play against either a heavy creature package or just a light creature package, because you have so much removal that, you know, they were literally just killing off every creature we had, and we were trying to dig for cards, but once I got stuck behind that Monarch, we had such a hard time taking the Monarch out. So maybe something in our sideboard could be a Thorn of the Black Rose for when we sit down against another, you know, Monarch deck. I don't know where you'd fit it in. Maybe Shrim Unexpected Fangs. Maybe a Spell Pierce or something to try to fit in like one or two Thorn of the Black Roses. I don't know, to be honest with you. But yeah, when they could just deal, like, our deck has done really well when we have controlled the board and then dumped out giant creatures to punch through. That's when our deck has done really well. Unfortunately, they have an board that we're controlling with the creatures. The only problem is they're drawing a bunch of cards because of the monarchy. We are playing just like one creature, and then they're just blowing it up. And then they're going to play another creature, and then now we don't have cards because they're drawing 2 cards a turn. We're only drawing 1. Maybe if they didn't get the monarchy, we could have 1-for-1'd a little bit better, but once they got that monarchy, they just, I know they only had it for like 1 or 2 turns, but like I just knew they were going to dig through their deck way quicker, and they were just sitting on removal cards anyway. So their creatures are relevant to begin with, and then they're just going to play a bunch of removal spells for our creatures that are not very relevant apparently. So yeah, so and another thing is on our removal package, one of the cards that has done so well for us has been Snuff Out, which is completely blanked in that deck. Snuff Out has been absolutely fantastic for us, to the point to where it's like almost an all-star card, because we are planning or we are scheming or ransacking while just holding back a Snuff Out to deal with whatever they do on their turn, and then we just rinse and repeat the cycle until we curve or terror, you know. When one of our strongest removal cards, because actually really, if you take out Snuff Out, our removal package gets a lot smaller, like a hell of a lot smaller. Even though we brought in Arms of Hadar, it gets a hell of a lot smaller, and that's probably not good. Especially because the mono black deck plays quite a bit of creatures as well, a lot of utility creatures. So not having a usable third of our removal package is not super great either. So that just feels like, you know, when you play Magic, there's a lot of decks that just have bad matchups. That one feels like probably a bad matchup for us. I wouldn't say it's unwinnable, but it feels bad. And a lot of the decks that I've played against so far with this deck has felt pretty great against. That one felt pretty bad. And I'm guaranteeing there's going to be decks in the future that we come across, like Bogles doesn't feel the best either, unless we edict them. But you know, it is what it is. So anyway, that's been some more Dimir Curve. Sorry again about breaking it up like I did. Hopefully it won't really be like that in the future, but I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can press that subscribe button and press that little bell notification to be notified anytime I upload videos. Liking the video also helps out the channel quite a bit. And I also do a bunch of other video games too. Right now it's October when I'm recording this and uploading this, and I'm going through a bunch of horror games. So, well, I wouldn't say a bunch of horror games, but I'm doing horror games throughout the month. I'm doing some new, some old, just whatever game I really feel like playing. And then I'm doing Magic 3 times a week, mostly Pauper. So that has been another round, another game, I should say, of Dimir Curve. I love this deck. I still think this deck is really good. So yeah, I will catch y'all later. Take it easy. Oh wait, Delver of Secrets was a good plus. I wanted to say that. I like Delver in this deck. All right. See ya. Bye.